There's been a lot of development activity behind the scenes for Red Dead Online recently, and it's got a lot of players wondering, is this actually new DLC that's being worked on, and if not, what's actually happening here? Today on the show, we'll be breaking down what these background changes are and what exactly it is that Rockstar is doing behind the scenes right now. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel, everyone. Let's get started with the video. If you enjoyed this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you want to stay up to date and in the loop with everything Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, consider hitting that subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on. Alright, so jumping in, what's happening with Red Dead Online right now? This week, we've seen a lot of changes to Steam database for both Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, and this takes place only a month after we saw the merging of QA beta branches in the game that Rockstar changed into one new depot called QA Live. The reason for this is that it seems that Rockstar is trying to streamline how they work on their games in the future and going forward, both in regards to GTA and Red Dead Online, and part of this is by fundamentally splitting and separating the story modes and single-player aspects of these games from the online portions. And one of the advantages of this is that so whenever changes are made to one part of the game, like single-player example or even multiplayer, they should not conflict, interfere, interrupt, or glitch out the other part of the game that isn't being changed. But nonetheless, recently with more changes reported and posted over on Steam database, players are talking about what this could be, and thankfully we finally have some answers for this. Rockstar Games insider and enthusiast TezFun2 has shed some light on exactly what's going on here and what this means for players. And in response to a few folks inquiring about what is happening with Red Dead Online Steam DB depots, Tez says the following. Two projects a reliable source informed me of a long time ago, but we're yet to see any updates or confirmation of. Rockstar Editor and a next-gen version of RDR2. I believe the last update regarding the editor was from Videotech, who found leftovers of the director mode within the Naturalist update, preventing the Jack model from being used. Seeing GTA 5's next-gen version, we should just expect a performance and fidelity mode, increased FPS, and maybe ray tracing for Red Dead Redemption 2's next-gen version. Bear in mind, Rockstar did push out a recent background update to Red Dead Online, but these were solely focused on patching security exploits. Moreover, these exploits existed in GTA Online, and Rockstar pushed out updates over there to patch them and then implemented them into Red Dead Online. Therefore, still not good signs of a new update being in development, as there are no indications so far from SteamDB. What makes matters worse, the planned deadline for the next GTA, a year ago, was a holiday 2023 release, with the high likelihood of being delayed into early 2024. Either way, we are approaching the final year of development where focus gradually increases and more resources are allocated towards the new title. Combine this with the fact that Rockstar is not showing any signs of slowing down the development of GTA Online updates with the announcement of the GTA Plus membership, unless we end up receiving RDO Plus. So clearly, the takeaway here, and the key takeaway, is that the second most recent change to SteamDB does not, I repeat, does not indicate any new DLC development, unfortunately. These are just more background and back-end changes set to address security exploits, which were actually just patched in GTA Online earlier, and so of course Rockstar would implement those changes into Red Dead as well. This was again the case for another update on SteamDB from Tuesday, and Tez said, no updates to the DLC depot though, and as Spider said, this is definitely aimed at addressing that in-flight exploit again with Red Dead Online. A source has been informed of a patch in the works to address said exploits. It won't be surprising considering Rockstar's latest move of pushing out background updates to temporarily address this exploit, but a client-side patch is definitely needed in terms of a title update that we're going to receive in-game. But then, just yesterday, we had another SteamDB update to Red Dead, and this time, the DLC depot got updated, which seemed like exactly what we're all waiting for. We finally got some change on the DLC depot end of things, which would be proof that Rockstar is developing something right now. No telling of what it is, when it's releasing, or more, but there's something happening that will release eventually, right? And that is until we once again got word of exactly what happened, and this is part of the reason that I didn't post about this news earlier, because the news just wasn't complete, and here's why. Tez went on to state, just so you know, the DLC depot was updated on SteamDB, however, the encrypted size is similar to an old build before RDR2 itself was released on Steam. This old build seems to date back to when Red Dead Redemption 2 PC released first on Rockstar's launcher, and then he went on to say today that the DLC depot has been removed, showing this is merely a patch we're getting soon and nothing more. So unfortunately, after all this back and forth this week of observing SteamDB changes, then realizing it's nothing more than a patch coming to address some security exploits and issues, to then us observing even more new changes, but this time to the DLC depot for Red Dead, which is a verifiable proof that we have something coming in the future, and then just seeing that DLC depot and those recent changes get removed in real time, that's all quite disappointing here, and I'm sad to bring you guys that news. All in all though, this still means that we're in the dark in regards to the future of this game and what lays ahead for us. Depending on when you may have heard this news, if you already have, that was probably accurate at the time, but the situation has changed several times within just a 36-hour period, and now that the dust has settled, we have the unfortunate news and confirmation that all these recent SteamDB updates and changes are just set to address things the player base doesn't really care about, and Xbox and Sony players don't even see this, or Xbox and PlayStation players, I should say. They don't even notice this stuff. Players want expansion news and DLC update news, not back-end changes that they're never going to see and be able to observe, except for us players on the PC player base, which have been getting plagued by these social club invites from modded script runners. So thankfully Rockstar is doing these things, but overall it is just disappointing news to not see any new DLC in development yet. So I did just want to bring this video to you guys here today because the topic and basically what's been going on in the news has changed so much, and now that the dust has settled, this is the confirmed truth here. But all in all, we need to hear some news soon, and I'm hoping we do, because as you can tell from this April event, players are not gassed up about it at all. When we first got the update news of these monthly events and things like that in December, we were disappointed that we weren't getting a new DLC at the end of 2021 for the winter, but the event and the bonuses were really cool. And then January's were pretty good, February's were alright with Double Trader, March's were also, I liked it because it was bounty hunting and triple money and triple XP on legendaries and infamous bounties, but this event month isn't really piquing the interest of the player base at all, at least the people who are still playing this game, right? So hopefully we hear some news soon. But with all that said, we're gonna wrap this video up right here. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to my channel and you want to stay up to date with all the best Red Dead Online and Rockstar Games content, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing we post here on the channel. We consistently talk about updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks, and we'll keep you guys posted here on the channel daily, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you're more than welcome to ask me any questions on those platforms. You can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of my social media links, including my Discord, can be found in the description down below. That being said, thank you all so much for watching, everyone. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.